T-Man 978 Shill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm reviewing Transformers Studio Series Transformers War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Optimus Prime, who is a Voyager class. He's based on a video game that came out around 2011-ish. He's number 3 in that series. They have other figures like Bumblebee and what is his name? Barricade. They're both deluxe classes. But here's all of this. Here's more of his gamer image right there. As you can tell, it's all worn and rusty, and he's been in battle like they did with War for Cybertron Siege. They didn't do that with the actual toy, as you can see. It has the gamer logo, just like when they did Spider-Man and whatnot. And here is the included backdrop that he can stand on. His toes are hanging off, but he can stand on it. Any old who, back in 2011, they did release a version of this guy. He was a deluxe class, and the problem with that is everybody was a deluxe class, and he was bulkier and bigger than, say, a character like Bumblebee. So yeah, he didn't scale well at all, because that was back before they cared about scaling. They cared about it, but not to the extent as when they started Studio Series. In fact, here we go with Cliff Jumper, who was the same mold as Bumblebee. And even though Optimus is taller here, he is nowhere near as tall as he should be to scale with this. So they are releasing a new Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper that will most likely be about that tall. And that will be the correct scale. Anywho, here he is. I have the original version, the deluxe class. I don't know where I put it. I'm not going to murder myself. There are comparisons online and in other people's videos, hopefully. But here are his proportions. He is huge and chunky. I believe in the game, this folded up more, and he had like what looked like an Autobot logo on his back that was constantly moving and breathing and transitioning and transforming. But this looks good to me. They made him Voyager class, bigger, bulkier, and what that means is he feels lighter. If I could compare him to anything, it's my memory of what Voyager class Optimus Prime felt like. Voyager class Optimus Prime. Voyager class Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. Like, that was a big figure as well. And it was mostly thin plastic and whatnot and hollowness. This guy does suffer from that because of his size. He has the hollowness there, stuff like that. When you move that out, this is like probably the worst right there, but they tried to fill in pretty much anything else. They gave him good articulation. Like, the head looks up. The head doesn't really look down too much, but it rotates and tilts to the side and whatnot. This rotates, goes all the way, well, goes out to the side. Correction on the articulation, the arm can do that. Bicep swivel, bends slightly a taste more than 90, and the wrist rotate. They rotate this way and stop. Now there is, in all transparency, let me focus on this and put the light on it. There's hollowness in the back of the fist too. Well, there's that. Now, because of the way it transforms, you can hold right here and force this, and that could work like a butterfly joint, but it does push things out of whack. That is designed to come off. You can rotate this, kick forward more than 90, well more than 90 straight. So that is awesome. You can go back a little bit, but it stops. Swivel right here, and it kicks out to the side. Pretty much, yeah, all the way. You get 90 degrees of bend there. The foot doesn't, it rocks back, but it doesn't rock forward. And you do get ankle pivot. So This is him with his ankle pivot fully, let me do it, fully engaged right there. So that's cool. He does have accessories, one being the actual matrix of leadership. So that's cool. They actually painted it 2 different colors. It pegs to this right here. You can't hold it or anything. It looks like that on the back. But he has it and it can come out. And that's cool. Maybe you could like fake. Nah, you can't hold it. I'm going to put that back. Shut his chest. Now this arm comes off like that. And you can take this gun right here, which has a port in there. And we can put the hand in there. So in the game, they didn't hold weapons. They picked up different types of weapons and their arm would transform into that type of weapon. Optimus had a gun that somewhat resembled his ion blaster, but it became part of his arm. So with that arm off, you can get more than 90 degrees of bend with this gun. It does have a port right there. I mean, a peg, so you can put blast effects on there if you wanted to. One suggestion in the instructions, there is a stand peg right there. And you can put that here for storage. And I don't like that. It looks goofy. You get this axe. Now, the axe splits up into 3 parts. Split there, split here. And then, besides looking like this, and this is supposed to be like the energy effect on there, which does make, I don't know, it kind of has an effect where it makes the gray look like it's like glossy, like it's over glass. So it does have a glowy effect, but it's not good for some people. I watched somebody else's review. It can also transform into a double-bladed axe, which is cool. But with this thing being separatable, you could like peg this into his hand and then port that under there and then try to maneuver his other hand to be able to hold the weapon. So now here he is, if you can get it right. Hold on, I'm gonna come back. All right, here he is with the axe, ready for battle, ready to chop up some Decepticons and whatnot. If you want to get super crazy, you can connect the gun to make it even longer. Or, like I had him holding it higher, you can just hold it like this, and you can transform it to the double-bladed axe right there. Well, it always has 2 blades anyway, but now it's big on both sides. So, or you can have a triple-bladed axe like that. So either way, you're gonna get hit upside your head and die. Here is a close-up on the face. Studio series has been mostly always good with the blue paint for the eyes, for the characters that have blue eyes, even the red paint. But that's what the head looks like all the way around. And yeah, I like them. Only complaints I will have is when you make him hold this axe, like I showed how his wrist rotates, it bumps into this part of the design right there. So that sucks, but that's what he looks like, so you have to deal with it. What else? Maybe this arm comes off a little bit too easy sometimes. I mean, it stays plugged in, but depending on how you're messing with it, it may come off. I don't like that storage, and there's no real good way to store this. But It's amazing that he's big, bulky looking. He comes with 2 weapons, the Matrix, but this weapon is modular, so it splits up. So if you wanted to, you can have him have a little skinny gun or a spear or something like that. Or stick this gun on the end of that and go crazy. And if you're thinking leg storage, this is not 5mm. Here he is next to a modern day deluxe. Like I said, this deluxe is humongous. Like by today's comparisons, like this would unfortunately be a Voyager, and this only cost like $11.99 back in the day. And now Voyager class is $33.99 or $34.99 in some cases. Transformation is fairly simple, especially compared to what I remember in the original toy. I'm going to rotate the fist that way. The fists are a variable, you can do what you want. I'm going to lift the arms out to the side and rotate them basically this way. Now I'm going to spread this right here and bring that out. You go ahead and rotate this and this till it stops, and bring his chest up, and basically until it can't no more. I pushed his head back, and now I'm rotating this so I can bring this forward. I'm going to rotate the waist around, and now we can get this like down. When I say get it down to where the bumper parts are underneath of this. And now we can slide this back in where it pegs onto these red pegs, and this peg right here goes into a hole back there. So it should do it automatically, but give that a squeeze once it happens. Lift this up so it can be out the way, and bring the arms back and peg the forearms together. Now the legs, we can go ahead and open these side panels, lift this up a little bit so it's out the way, but just keep them out to the side. But lift that up, lift this up, keep it out to the side. We can close the legs together, bring this up, we'll lift the feet up, grab the wheels and fold them out to the side right here. Do that on both sides. And now we can bring his legs down over top of the arms. Make sure they stay pegged. Now we can bring this down and kind of like rotate things so that it'll be in this position. But now this peg right here goes into there, and this goes into there. So do that at the same time on both sides, and boom, you're done. This was less than 3 minutes. Awesome. The other one I don't remember being that easy. If you're not on a surface like mine, it should roll. We see the back wheels rolling, but I have a hard time getting these to roll on that surface, but they do roll. Here's what we're looking at. This is his Cybertronian alt mode, where he is just a big red and blue battering ram, basically, with smokestacks. It seems like it's just for transport, but he's also appears to be armored, so that's for battle. Everything's great until you get back here. Back here is not supposed to be gaping. He had like lights or some detail right there covering that. So it is massively unfortunate that they didn't come up with a way to cover that. And some third party is going to have a time coming up with something. It looks like maybe you could have something groove into here, and then cover it and groove onto that side, and it will stay in place hopefully. But the hands almost come out of the alt mode, so they're gonna have to even worry about that when they create some type of cover, whoever decides to do that. This gun has 2 pegs right there technically, and they fit into the 2 slots right there, so you can do that. You can shoot if you want. You can reverse it so you can shoot things behind them, but I'm gonna have it forward, and you can take this as long as it's open. And where does it peg? I believe it's here in this little hole right there. You can peg it onto that right there. Yep. So now he can have double blasters. Bow, 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 bow. And look like that. But weapon storage is weapon storage. I would pretty much just put it to the side myself. The gun is good enough. These right here, let's see if those are 5mm ports. No, they are not. So yeah, these are. So if you also want, you can have this stored like that with the gun on. No, yeah, that's a thing right there. But he is big in this mode. Alright, the one comparison I'm going to do here is him next to another Cybertronian Deluxe, though. So you can see he's bigger than this Jazz, which is Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Origins Jazz. Oh, yeah. This mode is great besides this. That is horrible. That is horrible. Typically one mode will suffer for whatever reason if it's a design thing. They wanted him to be game specific, but I'm guessing this is suffering the most more than the robot mode. The robot mode just has this hanging off of it, so yeah, it's definitely good except that. I mean, I can get around it, but that is horrible. I will be honest with you. Any old who? Reverse transformation, popping this off, popping that off if you actually still had it on. I'm going to push out here to get this detached, push out there to get that detached. I'm going to lift up on this, lift the legs up right here, and now we can go ahead and bring the feet down. And now that they're down, we can actually shove these into place, which do stay very well, which is amazing and great. Now we can bring this down. Well, wait, before we bring that down, we need to rotate the wheels inward on both sides, and they keep bringing them in and push them up there so you can make sure they like click. Now we can bring this in and bring that forward. Bring this in, bring that forward. And while I'm looking at it, I honestly don't like the look of this. Normally in robot mode, you wouldn't see a design that looks like that. This would be something shown in the back of the robot or something like that. But to see a design like that, that's not good. And let me call that out. But we can separate the arms, bring them back out to here. Bring the legs down and rotate the waist. We can separate the legs. Go ahead and split that. Get this back out. Rotate. And now we can rotate this hinge to get his chest back into its position. Lift the head up. Rotate this. It only rotates one way, by the way. Rotate it to there and then it stops. And now we can lift this up here and this can slide over. There's a little groove section to keep that there. Bring the arms back and down, and rotate the fist however you see fit. Well, basically he is a robot again. and I said all my thoughts. Hopefully you were paying attention. I got this guy off of Amazon, I believe, and I will have a link in the description. Hopefully it will be the regular retail price of $33.99. If it's not, see if they have like comparable prices. They always put the high price for some reason of third-party sellers, but you might be able to see that Amazon is selling it and selling it for retail price, and you can get it for that price. I would not pay more than that unless you really like what you see, and then even still, no, I wouldn't pay more than that. That's me, because I'm cheap. I wouldn't even suggest you of another price you should pay. Anywho, and that is of the date of this video. Look at the date of this video. If it's a year from now or further, you're screwed. You should have been collecting. Thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the channel.